Hey Aries, I am your astrologer Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, June 25th to Sunday, July 1st, 2018. Now, before I get started, I did just want to say a few things. First of all, I will be doing your July 2018 webinar this week, June 28th, 2018 at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, where I will talk about what's going on this month and this next month and what it's all about. I do think that this month will bring lots of fated events and lots of major changes. I know that I said last month was very fated, and yes, it was, and so is this month. That's because last month we had a lot of things going on with the North Node, and this month that continues with Mercury moving on top of the North Node, and especially eclipse season happening. 2 eclipses next month out of 3. The third one will occur in August. And what I think those eclipses will do will help you to align more of your life with your truest heart's desires, with what your heart really feels, and to build a foundation off of what's going on in your heart so that you can build a home that really resonates with you, okay? It may require some sacrifice with Venus moving into Virgo, a spot it does not like to be in, and it may require as well some solid strategy and planning in order to make these things work, again with Mercury on the North Node. But I do think this month it is possible to change your life in a really big way, to be more of what your heart wants and to build a foundation on that. Again, if you are interested in learning more about how that's going to work for you and what that means for your sign, I am going to cover the signs in this webinar. Please, again, click the link down below in my description box. Also, I am available for personal one-on-one readings if you want to book some time with me. I have 1 hour and 2 hour time slots available in it. You can ask me any question that you want. We'll talk about your birth chart. If you have any things about yourself that are stumping you, hopefully I can shed some more insight on that. And I'll also talk a little bit about what you're going through right now, what you may have experienced, and what you may experience in the near future. If you would like another perspective, some insight, or some clarity on that as well. So if that's something you're interested at, please find me. I would love to meet you and get to know you better. Again, down below in the description box. Now, without further delay, here's your horoscope. Now, what we've got going on this week is Venus hanging out right here in Leo on Monday and Tuesday of this week. And that for you is in your 5th house of happiness, love, romance, also with kids, if you have any kids, and passion projects, entrepreneurial business ventures. A lot of things here in the 5th house. Okay, and we've got Venus here in your 5th house in a square with Jupiter and Scorpio, which is going to be in your 8th house of changes, endings, and beginnings. So what that could bring early this week, Monday and Tuesday, is perhaps a big change in your life and what makes you happy. A big change, let's see, in your finances and what makes you happy financially, reorganizing your finances. Maybe a big change in romantic relationships, maybe a change in kids, how you deal with kids, work with kids, the kids that you have. Maybe a change in your personal business if you have a personal business. All right, I think the change here, even if it does bring some instability momentarily, is really meant to help you create more of a life that you really want, doing more of what it is that you enjoy. All right, taking more of the leadership initiative in your life. Okay, so that's what we have there. While that's going on, we also do have Mars retrograde on Wednesday in Aquarius in your 11th house of your goals, your dreams, and your hopes for the future. All right, what that means, maybe it's been hard for you lately to see the future in your life, to see where your life was going, to envision your future, to figure out what groups of friends are yours that you're meant to associate with. And I think Mars retrograde here is going to help you clear that up. It's going to help you see the future more clearly. It's going to help you figure out who are your friends, who you want to be your friends, who you don't want to be your friends, and where things are going in that regard. Does that mean everything's going to be clear overnight? No, it does not. I think it's going to take all of this Mars retrograde for you to get the answers you need about where your life is going, which is going to be about, what, 2.5 months? The end of August? Is that 2.5 months? But I think you're going to start to feel like more of the answers are coming once Mars goes retrograde this week, okay? Before you can get some of these answers about your life, or to start the process of getting these answers about your life and where your life is going, I think you again may first have to make some changes in what makes you happy in a business you own, with kids, with a romantic relationship, so that you can do more of what you want, that your heart is really calling you to do at this time. Okay, so that's what we've got going on there. While that's happening on Wednesday, we also do have the Sun here in Cancer and in opposition with Saturn in Capricorn. All right, the Sun for you in Cancer is going to be in your 4th house of home and family. And Saturn in Capricorn is in your 10th house of your career, your reputation, and your social standing. So what's going on here is that with the sun in your 4th house of home and family, it's really time for you to focus on home, to focus on family, to focus on private and personal matters in some way. Now with the opposition to Saturn, that could feel hard for you. You could be feeling restricted, you know, by your career, by your reputation. Maybe you want to focus on emotional matters, home and family, but it's hard because you don't know where your life is going, or because you feel like it's taking a lot of work for you or coming together very slowly to put your life in the direction that you want it to go in, okay? Which could be a little bit difficult. I think the answer to this, especially with it being in opposition, is perhaps to make some choices or decisions when this occurs on Wednesday and Thursday. All right, the decisions that you may have to make are going to be about your career, what you want in your career, your life direction, what direction you want your life to go in, so that you can start to focus more on home. That needs to be the focus. Focus more on family. That needs to be where more of your energy starts to go increasingly over the next 1.5 years with the new moon solar eclipse coming here, starting this process in the next few weeks. Okay, so that's what I think is going on. Now, as this is happening on Thursday, there's also going to be a full moon in Capricorn occurring at the same time this opposition is happening, right on top of Saturn. Okay, full moons to me bring endings, bring completions in a lot of ways. That ending or that completion for you is going to be in your career, it's going to be in your reputation, it's going to be in a very public way about where you thought your life is going. Either you stepping into a career or a reputation you've been working towards, a life direction, or you ending it. All right, and I think that's what your choice this week is going to be about with the sun opposite Saturn. You may be having to choose to end a career, to end some direction you thought your life was going in a more public way, so that you can do the private thing, you can do the home and family thing, you can focus there. Okay, I really do think that's the choice you need to make. The choice isn't to double down on your career, to double down on your life direction in a super public way. The choice is to let your career, your reputation, your life take its proper course, so that you can then focus more on things behind the scenes, personally, emotionally, with home and family, okay, and move in that direction. Trying to change your life to be happier, so that you can build more roots in life, doing the things that really resonate with you personally and privately. All right. While that's going on Saturday now and moving throughout the week, we then get Mercury moving into Leo in your 5th house. So I think what was going on at the beginning of this week is that maybe you were making some changes in your life to be happier. And maybe in order for you to be happier, you had to make some decisions about your home and family, so that you could focus more on your own emotions, more on what you needed personally, privately, to do more of what you need. All right? And I think that once you make those decisions, once you make those changes towards the end of the week, it gets easier for you to think about what you need to enjoy life more, what you need to be more lighthearted and playful in life, to work more with kids, to work more on a passion project, okay? So I really do like that. Even though you are beginning to think more about things that are joyful to you, about things that can make you happy, about the things that you really want, that resonate with your heart, that you can build a life on, a home on, a foundation on. Even though I do like to think you're getting some good insights about that, there are some difficult or unexpected things that could occur. All right, that's because Mercury, as it moves into your 5th house, is then going to square Uranus and Aries in your 2nd house of money, of stability, of your confidence. And it's going to trine Chiron and Aries in your 1st house. So I think as towards the end of the week, you're getting more clarity, or talking and thinking more about what you need to be happy, about what new foundation you can build your life on, doing something that you really want and enjoy. There could be some unexpected news that occurs. All right. With Uranus and Taurus, this could be a little bit destabilizing. It could definitely have to do with money. Unexpected news in regards to what makes you happy, kids, unexpected news in regards to some passion project that you're working on. All right, could be a little bit destabilizing with Uranus involved as you try to do more of what you like, or maybe you yourself try to break free from old money sources, try to break free from old structures in your life, so that you can bring more of that happiness in. Okay, again, could be a little bit destabilizing as these things occur. It may also prevent you from doing some of the things that you wanted, or may cause you to think of yourself and your identity in a different way than what you've thought of yourself lately. But I do think if you are just patient, allow these unexpected things to occur, it will eventually help you to be happier, to build more of a foundation, doing more of what you really enjoy, even if it's destabilizing in the process, and even if it requires you to think of yourself in a different way, or to take the back seat on some of the things that you are really gunning for, so that you can do more of what your heart is calling you to do at this time. Okay? So that's what I see going on there, Aries. You're really coming into a time that, to be honest, is going to be more about your private life. Figuring out how to be less public about your life. Have less, I don't want to say have less of a career, but how to spend less time at work, how to spend less time in your career, so that you can focus more on doing what you really love, privately, personally, getting right with yourself. And I think this week is the week that you're finally starting to kick that off, especially at the solar eclipse, which will come in like 2 or 3 weeks. I think it's really going to all finally hit home in the next few weeks, just how much home is important to you, how much home is where you need your energy to be at this time, and how you can focus more on doing that, on letting your heart show, even if you have to make some changes, even if some unexpected things come up, in order for you to get there, or in order for you to realize that's where your attention needs to be at this time. All right, so that's what I've got for you this week. Your card is the 9 of Pentacles reversed. Normally when the 9 of Pentacles is upright, I'll start there. I see this as like a wealthy woman who's like vacationing. She's worked hard and now she gets to take a break, looking at all the fruits of her labor. And when this card is reversed, maybe you feel like you can't take a break. Maybe you feel like you have no fruits of your labor to show for, or to show anything. And I don't know, like, part of me almost wants to tell you that, like, that's okay, especially with the solar eclipse that's coming in your 4th house. You know, maybe you need to figure out, like, how, maybe you need to let that be okay, you know? Let that be okay. I think with this card, it's really a good time to, you know, what do I want to say? It's really a good time. I don't know, you know, I feel like I've been giving this message to a lot of people, so I don't want to like repeat this again for you, but like maybe it's a good time for you to not, like, it's okay if you feel like your wealth isn't saved up in the way that you want. You know, it's okay if you feel like you can't take a break. You know, just because, maybe that's the message I want to leave with you. Sorry, I don't know why I'm having trouble with this card for you, Aries, but it's like I just really feel like, especially with the new moon solar eclipse happening in your 4th house of home and family, Aries, why do you know, have to be wealthy? Why do you have to have your life exactly where you want it to be? You know, maybe the whole point of this card is that wealth in the traditional sense that you've been thinking of wealth is not meant for you. It's time for you to redefine what you think of wealth, what you think of fulfillment, what you think of home and family, what you think of money, what you think of what money is really worth, what you think of what you really value. I don't know, you know, not quite what I would have thought I would have said to this card, but I just really do feel called to say that I think this time in your life, you're going under a major reevaluation of what is important to you, of who you think you are personally, emotionally, internally. And I think I want to say with you, it's okay for you to not value the same things that you used to value. It's okay for you to let some of those things go so that you can build a new kind of wealth, doing something different than you have previously. And I think if you let that go, old ideas of money, old ideas of stability and security in favor of something else that I think will be more heart-based, I think you're going to have a better time of it than you would otherwise. All right, so that's all I've got for you this week, Aries. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.